Welcome back to the Hat and Hare Academy, everyone. My name's Jonathan, and this is a book review. Welcome back, everyone. My name's Jonathan, and today we're going to review a book that I just finished reading, and it is called Parlour Tricks by Rhys Morgan and Robert West. Now, Morgan and West, they're magicians out of the UK, and they create magic that is impossible, but it is insanely satisfying to watch. Their show, Parlour Tricks, is a very popular show in the UK. What they decided to do is something that most magicians would never dream of doing, and that is detailing every bit of their show, Parlour Tricks. All the magic tricks, all the methods, all the script, all the staging, all the costume choices. It's incredibly detailed in that respect. And that's why I bought this book, because I wanted to see their thoughts on theory, their thoughts on misdirection. And that is lacking in a lot of magic books. A lot of magic books is the tricks, the methods. This is how we do this card trick. This is how we make this person appear. This is how we make that tiger vanish. This is how we read their minds. My channel here is a lot of, here's how you do this trick, here's how you do that trick. But magic is so much more than just, here's how you do the trick. In the end, we're all working to do a show. And a show is more than just, and now for my next trick, and now for my next trick, and now for my next trick, with no cohesion. There has to be cohesion, there has to be theater, and that's what magic is. Magic is theater. So Mr. Morgan and Mr. West, they have a theater background. Actually, they have an education background. Both of them were teachers, science teachers and math teachers in the UK. And they met in college where they were studying science. They both, graduated with degrees in science, one in chemistry and one in physical science and physics. And then they went on to become teachers as well. And then they did magic as a hobby together, but they also performed in plays together. And that's where they learned theater. And that is so very important that people understand that magic is theater. Magic isn't a I'm better than you, look what I can do art form. It is a little bit, but primarily it's theater. We're showing up as magicians to entertain the audience with a bit of theater. And that's what this book explains. The tricks in here are cool. They're very cool. And if you're a trick hunter, you're going to learn some really cool tricks in this book. The ring on ribbon routine, detailed in here. Brilliant. Absolutely amazing. However, don't buy this book for the tricks. Buy this book for the knowledge of theater and what you need to know about putting a magic show on is in here. I bookmarked with this elegant ribbon that comes on the book. Theatrical design for the modern magician. And they, right off the bat, they say when you go to the theater, you don't go just for the actors. You don't go just for the script. You go to see the lights, the stage, the costumes, everything that goes with that play. There's theatrical lighting design, there's theatrical flats, a theatrical set design, there's theatrical costumes. There's a lot of work that goes into the show outside of the script and the song. And that is what Mr. Morgan and Mr. West aim to convey in this book, and is arguably the most valuable part of this book is, their essays on why do we do this? Why do we use this type of misdirection here? Why do we use this set here? Why do we use this costume here as opposed to over here? There's a lot about script writing in here as well. Why do we say this at this point Or why do we not say this? And they even detail some of their mistakes, things that they did that were wrong. Probably my most favorite essay in this book is on their permanent linking rings. I do a linking ring routine. I like the linking ring routine that I do. I think it's fantastic. But I started rethinking my routine once I read their essay on the permanent linking rings. And I went, you know what? These two guys are absolutely right. Why would I link 6 rings together and then unlink them? Linking rings at its essence, as they say in this book, is you link rings. That's it. And you don't need to prove it over and over again. You link them once, trick's done. Everything else is anticlimactic. And they're right. The rest is just selfish gratification for myself when I do the linking rings routine, to do the globe and the lotus and the flower formations with my rings. It's just me showing the audience that I'm better than they are, and I should stop. Because this isn't a game of who's better than who. This is a game of let me entertain you. And reading this book caused me to understand that. Now, am I going to stop doing my linking ring routine right now? No. I like my linking ring routine. I'm not going to stop doing it right now. But I am going to start working to develop a more concise, a more direct, and a more magical routine because of the wise words in this book. On my social media, on both my Instagram and on my Twitter, I posted that this book should be required reading for every magician, not just for the tricks. The tricks are great, but forget the tricks. This book is so much more than just the tricks. This book has very valuable information about it, about creating a sense of magic and wonder. It also talks about how we as magicians treat our audience members. It talks about how do you interact with your audience. What is appropriate? What is not appropriate? That's very sound advice. Very, very sound advice. All too often in magic, we get books filled with just tricks. Or we get the complete opposite. We get books filled with just theory. Or we get a book that is so technically minded theater that we have a hard time translating the theater part to the magic part. This book, Parlour Tricks by Morgan and West, it very concisely shows you how to take that theater part that we desperately need as magicians and apply it to our shows that we're already doing. And you don't have to do the show that's in here. As a matter of fact, don't do the show that's in here. This is Morgan and West's show. You should not do this show, ever. But the principles that they explain show you how to take costume, lighting, sound, set, and use it to your advantage to create a more memorable magic show that you can present to your audiences. You can pick this book up at Vanishing Ink, and it's only $60. It's the best $60 you will spend on a magic book. And I read a lot of magic books. I've never read a magic book cover to cover, every page, in 6 hours. I did with this one. So that says a lot about Mr. Morgan and Mr. West. That's all the time I have for this book review. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a comment in the section below. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more wonderful magic tricks that we can learn together, or reviews and neat little finds that I find in the magic world. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Hat and Hare, or on my Twitter account at Hare Academy. Until next time, thanks for joining me here at the Hat and Hare Academy.